Alright, welcome back to another one of our videos, and this is the last of our bodyweight circuit workouts, and this one's a lot harder than the other ones where we for the first time we sort of introduce power and speed. In the first one we just saw basic techniques of, say, squat and push up, very sort of simple exercise. The second one we saw more of a stability and balance challenge and moving laterally for the first time. This one we start to see moving laterally but also moving explosively. So this is where the bodyweight workouts, even for elite athletes, can be very, very challenging. And again, there's many combinations of these. We could keep going all day. I've just given you 6 ones of different patterns so that you can create a bit more of a rounded workout. All right, so let's have a look at the first one. The first one's a jumping lunge. So basically you need to explode up and land with both feet at the same time. A lot of people who aren't fast enough will land with one foot sort of hitting the ground first. And you see Nathan hit the ground at the same time. But if we see someone landing, say, this one well before this one, we know they're too slow. They didn't get enough height into the jump to be able to land at perfectly the same time. And also you can sort of see he maintains his perfect posture throughout, so he doesn't collapse forward or sideways for that matter as well. So quite a challenging exercise. This one, if you can get about 20 reps in a row, you really know you've done lunges. Trust me, your legs will be feeling it straight after doing those, because the deceleration of it is what really ruins you. All right, so that's a great one you can sort of start off with. So to really to turn it into a circuit, you go straight from when your legs are hammered straight into an exercise where you're going to ruin your arms. So this is the only one, like I've said in the other videos, pulling actions are the only time you're really going to need equipment. It's really hard to create a pulling exercise with no equipment, and the chin-up is a great way to really exhaust all of the muscles, not just the arms, but the lats and the core even with this one. So there's a lot of people actually get very sore in their abdominals the first time they do chin-ups like this. So a great exercise for all over strength, grip strength, everything. So, and again, you don't really need many to make that hard. And I don't need to make it faster. That's usually hard enough for most people. Straight after that, we can move into a single leg one. So we've gone from legs or lower body to upper body, now back to lower body. So this time we're bringing in the split squat again. Last time we used the lunge. This time we're just going to really annihilate the single leg. Without load, it can be a bit easy for someone with who's quite a bit of strength. So all you might do is you might just pause at the bottom there and count to 5 and try and get 10 reps of doing that pause. And trust me, by the end of that, you'll know that your legs are working, because the time under tension is what really ruins the muscle fibers on this. So quite a challenging exercise for many people. This is a great way to build some glute strength as well. Just an awesome exercise to always include in every workout. If you also, by removing the bench at the back there, may challenge your stability a lot more, but sometimes it's good to use it just to bring in the range. Now again, we're going to use the push-up. We saw this in the first 2 videos. This time we're going to add some speed to it. So we're going to add the clapping part. So again, it's the landing that makes it worse. It's that bit there. That's where his muscles are working so much harder, because he's got his body weight sort of coming down on it at speed. So to decelerate his body so he doesn't break his nose, his muscles are contracting so much harder than just the regular push-up. All right, so it's another great one, and just by applying speed to the movement, we make it significantly harder. So you can sort of see sometimes we're actually holding it and slowing it to make it harder. Other times we're actually speeding it up significantly to make it harder. So that's a great variable you can always use with bodyweight exercises to get more out of them. And the next one we're going to go, so we've sort of been going legs, upper body, so now we're coming back to the legs again, and this time we're using a multi-directional lunge. All right, so we're sort of moving into all different combinations of forward diagonal, sideways, backward diagonal, and then directly backward. And I like to work this one in a complete circle, so you'll see Nathan work into his other leg now, so he's sort of following in like an anti-clockwise direction, and then he'll move into more of a clock, and then he can go back in the clockwise direction. Again, to make it harder, you could pause and hold it. You can even jump with this one. It's a bit awkward though, but and if you've got something around, you could definitely hold it, and that would give you some resistance. The last one to finish off with is a bit more of a core exercise, and this is the horse stance. Often we're using this on a kneeling position. This time we're on the toes, and trust me when I tell you, this is a lot harder than it looks. You know, the stability is significantly greater. Challenge here, you can see even Nathan's losing it a couple of times because you really just don't have much of your body on the ground there, and you're trying to maintain perfect stability. A great way to actually sort of isolate any stability deficits especially in the shoulder and on the opposing hip. But we'll see a lot of strength needed in the shoulder here, and obviously the core to glue it all together. But if there's any weaknesses in that pushing action of that shoulder there, we'll see it exposed in this one. So a great way to sort of finish off your workout. And again, you could do like 3 sets of that and probably whip it out in 15 minutes or so. You know, not even. You know, and a great way to sort of, if you're a bit time poor, fit in a great workout. All right. So again, it's, you know, I would probably make sure that your technique's good with all these and start off with the easier circuits first before moving into this. But you know, these videos were just to give you the idea of how you can really use body weight things. You know, I think people underestimate them at times, and I think sometimes they're abused. So if you treat them with good respect and know how to use them effectively, you can get awesome results from this. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed those series of body weight workouts, and we'll see you on our next ones.